Hi, friends. Last week, I was doing a voice and tone workshop with a client, and they had their brand pillars, which were fantastic in terms of expressing brand, but it was pretty hard for the writers and the content creators in the room to understand how to interpret the brand pillars into voice and tone. And it was really interesting as we stress tested each of the brand pillar words and tried to find synonyms that would work with voice and tone. We had to think about how the words actually instructed the content creators to sound rather than whether the words themselves made sense to us. So I'll give an example. There was a word fresh. Do we want to sound fresh? And one of the things that I said was, would your executives be comfortable if you use the word girl with a U in a sentence or a headline? And right away they were like, no, we can't do that. And I think that when you're thinking about your voice and tone and you're thinking about writing and creating content, it's really good to stress test some of these concepts to make sure that you're really hitting the mark. The reason why this is so critical is that we want to get to a place where your reader can close their eyes and hear your voice in their head. We want them to know when they read a piece of content that it's yours without them actually seeing the logo or any other kind of visual branding. And so it's critical that you really have agreement amongst your content creators about what exactly you sound like in the marketplace. And that has to be documented, and you need to have examples next to those documentation points that explain this is what sounds right and this is what doesn't sound right. And then the writing and the content creation group need to come together and ask ourselves, did we hit the mark on voice and tone in these particular pieces of content? That's the only way that you're going to get to that penultimate point that you're looking for of everybody really knowing who you are in the marketplace and being able to say, this is the company that I so relate to and that I want to engage with, and either go for my healthcare or go for a B2B type of relationship. It's really, really documenting that voice and tone, stress testing it to make sure that it sounds the way you want your brand to sound in the marketplace, that quite frankly, you can get it past your executives, that they understand what you're trying to do in the marketplace and that they want the brand to sound like that also. And then getting in a room and making sure that everybody agrees that this is exactly how you want to sound so that you can keep publishing that same type of content. Listen, let me tell you something. Voice and tone is not easy. It seems like the kind of thing we just check off. It does require thoughtfulness. It requires thinking it through. It requires going through all the steps that I just described. But when you get there, it's heavenly. I'll see you next time.